Alright gamers, what's going on? Insanity coming at you today with something a little bit different. I decided to go ahead and record this commentary well before I decided to go ahead and get any actual gameplay for it, only because this commentary has nothing to do with any gameplay that I'm going to be putting on the screen. It's just mostly going to be for your information kind of thing. And one of the big things that I've run into with a lot of people asking me questions, coming to me for advice, I've done a lot of capturing in my time. I've been doing it for about 4 or 5 years now, and it's crazy to think that it's been that long. And everybody always asks me, hey dude, what is the capture card of choice? I'm finally about to run into some money, and I want to go ahead and start doing this capturing thing, and maybe I want to do some live streaming, maybe I want to go ahead and start doing some YouTube stuff, and what is it that I should be looking out for, and what type of capture card should I be using? Well, there's so many different types of capture cards out there now that you really got to look into a few different things. Like, one, do you need something that's going to be, portable in mobile, saying, oh, I'm always going to record on my laptop, I'm going to be on the go, it's going to make it so that I can, record while I'm not at home, maybe I'll be at a buddy's house, I could just pop this on with my laptop and I can still continue capturing, things like that. Another thing could be is, oh, hey, I'm running Windows, or I'm running, Mac. It all depends on what you're running on some of these capture cards. Am I going to want something that's going to be, internal with the PCI Express? Or am I going to want it to be, external with a USB? Am I going to want something that's going to record directly to a hard drive without the need of a PC? There's so many different types of capture cards out there that there's almost too much to decide. So pretty much what I was going to go ahead and do is I was going to make a quick rundown of some of the capture cards that I really like, and really the one that, takes the cake for me and is all like, hey, this is the capture card to own out of all the other ones out there. Not saying they're bad devices, I'm just telling you straight off the bat what's going to be the best one. And I'm going to go ahead and start with my #1 pick, which is the Elgato Game Capture HD. The big thing with this is, they were one of the first supporters of the HD PVR. They had this little program on the Mac that was one of the only things that really supported it. So a lot of people were using the PVR using Elgato's software on the Mac. And it was a big deal, for a lot of gamers saying, oh, I'm recording in 720p, I got this beautiful HD content with component cables, and it was this great thing. So they've actually decided, hey, why does someone else need to be using our software with a different product? Why not make a product for a pretty big demand of people? It takes a type of person, and there's a lot of gamers out there that want to go ahead and start sharing their gameplay, saying, hey, this is how you can, do a walkthrough, do commentaries, live stream, have a good time, all while playing your games, with just a click of a button. And that's what they wanted to go with. They wanted to go with simplicity and, ease of use, and just make it a wonderful experience with high quality without bogging down your system with resources. And that is what makes the Elgato Game Capture HD such a phenomenal capture card. So, one of the big things is it does record in, full 1080p at 30 megabits per second, which is huge. A lot of capture cards out there, well, not anymore, but it used to be, 720 was the highest you were going to get. Whether you were doing PCI Express internal, USB external, whatever, it didn't matter. If you had 720, you were the king of the mountain. But now, everyone, especially PC gamers, are like, oh, I'm using fraps, I'm getting my full 1080p resolution, my video looks better than yours. But, oh, wait a minute, fraps is bogging you down because of the resources. And that's where the Elgato comes into play. It's really nice that the device actually supports both HDMI, as long as it's like not copyright protected, and component, and they've actually just created a composite breakaway cable as well, so you can actually record all of your older stuff. Maybe you got, like a, I don't know, GameCube, or maybe something even older like Super Nintendo, whatever would just take the red, white, and yellow composite. You can go ahead and hook that up and continue capturing or streaming, whatever it is you want to do. And they made it really simple. It was just, you install the software from their website, you hook up one little device with 2 cables, one that would go to your computer for the USB, and the other one, whether it be HDMI or the PlayStation 3 cable that's included, straight to the system. No more of this crazy component cables at the PVR1 that was such a big deal. You had cables everywhere, all kinds of stuff, and it was just a pain. This was simple, easy to hook up, 2 cables, and your area was clean. You weren't, overwhelmed by all the messy cables everywhere. Now, when it comes to the physical software, this is where the program really shines and the device becomes number one. A lot of commentators don't like the idea of, oh, I need to try and use one program to record my voice, use another program to record the video. I don't want to talk separately. I want to talk at the same time. And that is something that they really wanted to work on, figuring that the Elgato has about a 2.5 second delay. And what they've done is they've actually added a live commentary feature that will delay your voice and overlay it in the video. And whenever you speak into the microphone, it will actually dim the gameplay volume so that your voice will become, the number one thing people are hearing. And when you stop talking, it'll fade the gameplay back in. So it's a seamless experience from you talking to the gameplay having a good time. It's an awesome live commentator or live streaming tool with your voice and the actual game volume. The other big thing is they wanted to also try and keep it simple with, oh, what if I forgot to hit that record button? And this is the one major thing that sets this program out from all the rest. It's a program feature called flashback recording, and that by far is the best and biggest thing any capture card company has ever put into their, programs. Basically, imagine you're playing Halo or Call of Duty or whatever it is that you may be playing, and you get this amazing kill. Your theater isn't working since Black Ops 2 has been having so many theater problems, and you go, oh my gosh, I'll never see that moment again. You don't have to worry with the Elgato Game Capture HD, because there's a little bar at the very bottom of the program that showcases, hey, this is how far you are. And we're not even recording. You can just slide that bar back to wherever it is that great moment was, hit the record button, and it'll catch right back up to all that gameplay that you missed, so that you don't forget, or lose that great moment that you really want to share with the rest of the world. They make sure that you get all your gameplay all the time without getting disappointed. Now that's the number one reason why the Elgato Game Capture HD is number one on my list. Number two would probably have to be the HD PVR 2. It's pretty similar to the Elgato Game Capture HD. It's just I'm really going to try and make the rest of this, really, really short, because I wanted Elgato to shine over everybody else, and because I really do believe that it is the best capture card. But for those who don't want to spend, the little bit of extra money, the PVR 2 is a little bit less. It does give you 1080p. It does require it requires a power supply, so basically make sure you have an outlet in your wall. It gives you HDMI. It also gives you component, which would be through a particular cable for the PlayStation 3. So both consoles are covered. You can also record your PC gameplay as well through the HDMI. Big thing is you still have to use their ArcSoft software, I believe it's called, and it's a little bit better. They added some editing options and things like that, but there's still nothing that can come close to the ease of use of just taking your video from Elgato and throwing it into Sony Vegas or Pinnacle Studio, whatever it is that you use to make your videos better than what they are when they start. But that's the one thing that I would have to say kind of, sticks out for everyone with the PVR 2 is, the PVR 1 was such a big advancement in getting everyone to be able to record their gameplay, whether it be on a slow computer, a fast computer, a laptop, or a desktop, whatever it was, it was there for people, and people would depend on it, and it was reliable. And that's where, Hauppauge really comes in saying, oh yeah, we finally added HDMI, and here's 1080p, we got rid of all the component cables, there you go. There's our smaller little device with less of a mess for $149. And I'm not saying it's a bad product, because it's not. It's just I like the ease of use and the features that the Elgato gives. Now the last one I wanted to go ahead and throw on my list was the AverMedia Live Gamer HD. And this one is an internal PCI Express capture card. And the cool thing about it, when you first get it, when you open it up, you're going to get a 3-month personal license to XSplit. And that is every, streaming person's dream, is getting to use XSplit. and you know, it gives you a nice little 3-month taste with all the features and all that fun stuff. But the card itself, there's almost no delay between the physical gameplay and what shows up on your monitor. So I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, you know, if you're live streaming it, for instance, you know, it's going to be a nice thing to see that the actual stream is not going to be too far behind what it is you're actually doing. There is a live commentate option, so you know, you can still keep your voice, you know, on the side. And the one feature that I wish Elgato would adopt from this, and the one feature that they need, and since I'm actually a beta tester for Elgato, I've mentioned it before, and it's something that we're hard at work at, and that is when we create a file on the Elgato Game Capture HD and we have that live commentary option clicked, it, you know, it molds the audio all onto the video file in one thing. And that is the one feature that, in my opinion, the Live Gamer HD actually has an advantage. Is it separates, if you have the live commentary option selected, you're gonna get your audio from the gameplay on the physical video file, and your voice that you commentate with your microphone is gonna be in a separate file that's an audio file, an MP3 I believe it makes it in. And that is wonderful, because say for instance you started talking and you get off track and you didn't like what you said, that is molded into the file on the Elgato. But if you didn't like what you said, you can always just recreate your commentary and overlay that, you know, file at any other time. That wouldn't be an issue, and that, in my opinion, is the one thing that the Elgato is missing. If once that is put in, it is going to be hands down not only the best capture card on the market, but it's going to give every gamer every feature that they've ever wanted. So if you ask me, take it from the person that's been using game capture cards for quite a while, Elgato is hands down the one that's on the, like, I guess you could say, #1 in creativity, #1 in ease of use, always listening to their fans, giving out new features, and looking towards the future of what gamers are wanting. At that rate, they're always going to be, you know, another advancement and something else for each person to look forward to, going, hey, I wonder what Elgato's doing next. Not necessarily with hardware, but just an update in their software, because originally when the device first came out, it gave you up to 1080i, and then boom, randomly, right after that PVR2 came out, guess what they did? They updated that software and gave you 1080p. They're always going to be thinking one step ahead of everyone else without the need of buying a new $150 capture card, which I think is awesome. I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the description for the Elgato, and since that's the #1 that I approve more than them all, I'm only going to put the link in for that one, so you can go ahead and pick it up either at, you know, the Apple Store. I know it's definitely at Apple stores across the country, and you can go ahead and pick it up on Elgato's website, which is the link I'm going to go ahead and put in the description. If you go ahead and like the gameplay, guys, whatever it may be, I mean, as like I said, I recorded this way ahead of time. Go ahead and click that like button if you can stand my voice and all that fun stuff, and you want to go ahead and get more content from me. Go ahead and click that subscribe button. I'm going to have so much more content for you guys, and I can't wait to go ahead and keep things going. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.